My cassette collection. Y'all see? Big music collection. We're gonna focus on the cassettes today. Wow, baby. That's a lot of cassettes. I have some rare cassettes in here, y'all. For instance, look at this. This is Ninja Turtles. Still shrink wrap. Movie soundtrack. $19.90, fully shrink wrap. Mariah Carey. Brand new sealed shrink wrap. Sealed cassette, certain albums go for over 100 something a piece. Mariah Carey, Butterfly, fully shrink wrap, brand new. I mean, it goes on for days, y'all. When's the last time y'all even seen a single? See, back in the days, you used to get singles like this, single cassette. And if you like this, you go buy the whole album. That's how I try to think about my music. Pick the best couple songs from the album and release a single. Unlike how they do these days and just only release singles. Single. Y'all heard my next song? Hey, you didn't do a fucking album, bitch? Oh, shit. They make 1 minute songs. Man, music business got lazy. Check this out, though. Tupac single, baby. Right here, The Chronic. That's classic. But I also got The Chronic on my Tupac Death Row side on CD. That CD is sentimental because I actually got that in LA in the 90s. That's Tupac's first album right here. I remember the day I got that. The day I got that, I had got a brand new stereo with it. Bought that in the record store in Lafayette. This Thug Life my mom got me for Christmas. Outlaws. I remember when this came out. Man, I remember that. I was 17, about to turn 18. I really like that album. I remember this album. This ESG. Got that the day I got out of the place. When I was 16 years old. From getting in big trouble. And it was called Return of the Living Dead. So I was feeling that. Because they had me locked up in some place for a while. When I was 16. We'll get more into that later. Donkey butt. Shrink wraps. Give me that donkey butt, them big old legs. I ain't too hard on it. So we got UGK single. My Mariah Carey single. P. Diddy single. I got that in 97. R. Kelly 12-play album. One of my favorite albums by him. I brought that tape to Germany. I played the fuck out of that tape for years. Return of the Mac was my mom's tape. My mom loved that song. I love that song. Commodores has my favorite song on it, Zoom. My favorite song of all time is on that album. It's called Zoom. Commodores. Too short. My uncle gave me these two for Christmas. My dad gave me this album, but not this particular album. My dad gave me it was a recorded copy of this album. And later I got the real cassette. But this was the album that started me rapping right here. My dad used to ride around bumping this shit in his car. Shorty in a pill, we walk with a limb. UGK. This tape right here is actually not in here because it was in the tape deck's car when he decided to bring some undercover cops to buy a pound of weed. So that tape's long gone. Way back in the day, y'all. These albums are back in the day. I'm telling you, there's not no kind of shit recently, y'all. I ain't know anybody. This is way back in the 90s stories, okay? But I remember when this came out, man. When I was 15, this was just the shit locally. BG. And then the Hot Boys. came out. That's before they got Lil Wayne. Look at him, same age. When that shit came out, I went and watched them right down the street at the local school called Freshman High, and they performed no stage right on the gym floor, and I was like first row waiting for them. So when they were, BG and Lil Wayne was rapping, I was like right in my face. I could have slapped both of them. I was just like, that made me really want to rap, seeing that. And that was like my first real concert, like real in your face, really, if you think about it. And that shit was like 8 Mile. I was the only white dude in that bitch. But if you could have asked me, I would have guessed that it would have been BG the one to blow up, because he was the big star. But this was regional, this was local. All these albums was local. And then this one came out, and they were still local. I brought this album to Germany, okay, in 1998. By the time I went back to Germany a year later, they had released volume 2 of that and had signed with Universal. They got a deal, and then all of a sudden they had a music video on TV, Juvenile. The album coming out, they put a music video on TV. That was the first time seeing them on TV. And that's what most of the world started knowing about them. So they think they started from then. When they, yeah, that Juvenile, yeah, I remember that, yeah. No, but they was in the music shit long fucking time before y'all knew that. And but yeah, not to keep going on and on about these albums, but these tapes, but I know a lot of these tapes are worth a fucking shitload of money now. I bet y'all can sell this fucking tape probably for, especially these screw tapes. You can go look them up right now on these DJ screw tapes on Amazon or eBay. I could get probably $200 easy a piece for that, maybe more. But I always thought it was funny about this album, because just to see how you're like, I used to always look at the inserts and be like, wow, I like how that looks. But you know, I like some shit probably like is in your subconscious or something. Where's my CD at? Hold on, y'all, bear with me. Where's that damn CD at? Look at my, this is years later, look at my Hurricane season CD cover. But look at the inside of this. It's like the same kind of pose. The goals are the same, blinging in the same way. And that shit just having to come out like that. So yeah. But yeah, and then of course all the other ones is No Limit. Screw is my screw tape. I have more screw tapes on recording tape. Oh, this album jam right there. Chronic 2000. Not that fucking. See, Dr. Dre was doing Chronic 2000. Fucking Death Row heard about that. They beat him to the punch. They was not giving up that Chronic 2000 name, so he had to do 2001. Master P. A couple of my Master P, my 99 Ways to Die, popped it in a fucking tape deck. It's tape still in there, I gotta fix it. And both my Last Don tapes are popped in that fucking same tape deck. With the tapes down there, I just gotta get them fixed. But I bought 2 of those. I bought the album twice in Germany because I thought my tape was breaking. It was just my batteries or something in my Walkman. So I ended up buying the album twice in Germany in '98. Oh, I love this. This one of my favorite ones by Master P right here. I bought this when it came out. Ghetto Dude. The day I bought that, I got Sideways' first album, local group, and I got my boy autograph it on a receipt because I ran into him in the store that day. And who would have known, all these years later, we got a group album coming out together. Well, we've been making music for years, though. Literally years in the making. But yeah, here's a bunch of little No Limit tapes. That's my cassette collection. I'm gonna show y'all my CD collection next time. But I have more cassettes in the studio. Yikes. Got cassettes in here. Even more cassettes. But these cassettes, like from the radio, what I was talking about when I went to that concert, those from the radio, I'm gonna be bringing some of these tapes. Here's a screw tape I made. Here's how my old albums used to look back in the day. See, I would come up with a title and everything, and record all my songs on there. These are the great tapes I was telling y'all about. Used to leave the studio with tapes like that. That's a whole album right there, songs. These are albums before my official album. September 5th, 98, November 99. This was all I was in the studio in Lafayette with this tape. Meanwhile, in the studio, they was putting my stuff on that tape, and it was on the physical recorder in the studio. So when those recordings got erased on the studio accidentally, because I had this cassette, because I only had 3 of the songs on that tape, so only 3 of them survived, which made up the first album I ever did. The songs that survived made up the first CD I ever put out, which was just Roll the Thug. That's the first 3 songs I ever did in the studio in the 90s. And that's the only one that survived that tape. But because I had my tape I used to leave the studio with, that's how I was able to put out my first real complete CD album later on. And I had all the songs. Half of the album was from the studio in Lafayette, and half of the album was what I recorded my home studio. And if we come inside the booth here, more cassettes. I had made my own movie and soundtrack. I got more albums than I did. So everybody thought I have a lot of albums. I made all these tapes before I ever. These were just what I recorded on my karaoke machine and my recorder when I was learning how to rap. These are the albums before I was putting out albums. In the 90s. And I want to bring a lot of these songs and a lot of these tapes. We got screw tapes. Yeah, I got Metallica right here. Yeah, and here, this is all master recordings from the studio, and I got a lot of unreleased songs in here. And you know what I'm saying? These are master recordings, windmill recording production, you know. Thanks to Mac. See, from Studio 60, Tight Ways of Studio, pumps there. I did after my daddy died, and the first song I did at that studio, and that's when I found the new studio. Quality really changed from there. You gotta think, all them times I was paying those studios, it wasn't cheap. Every one of them songs represent a good chunk of change I had to put down, you know what I'm saying? But that leads me into my CD collection. So I think y'all subscribe, like button, leave me a comment, and tomorrow on the next video, we're gonna go ahead and show y'all my CD collection. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you wanna see the full studio tour, be sure to tune into the channel. We'll be having the full studio tour. Yeah, the Compound, Enigma Entertainment, baby.